Thanksgiving can be a beautiful time, but it can also be a time that stirs up stuff beneath the surface. And so I just want to share something with you today from my heart to heart, woman to woman. See, I come from a nation that did not celebrate Thanksgiving. That wasn't part of my lived reality as a child coming up and even into my early adult life. It was only after I moved to North America as a young adult that I was exposed to it. And I will tell you that the very first time that I participated in Thanksgiving, it was a shock to me. It was shocking to me that there was so much cooking that took place for one day. And the excess with the turkey and the trimmings and the sauce and the stuffing and all of that. It was very fascinating to me, but at the same time overwhelming because it was so much. So the first time that I experienced it, my eyes popped wide open in shock and overwhelm that dish after dish after dish, was coming out. And it was just for this one occasion, this one day. I should say that I had lived when I first moved to North America. I lived with a family that loved to celebrate and host parties and big parties and, have lots of eating, but there was so much work to it. And it was just for the one day. And so it was, as I mentioned, just overwhelming to me. I also, while I loved trying the new dishes and having some of the turkey, which was new to me, it also brought up sadness for me and even some guilt because I was reminded as I sat there eating of my family in the islands and knowing that, that was so far removed from my reality before and also that they didn't have that level of excess. So in that moment, I knew that the excess part of Thanksgiving wasn't it for me. And added to that, it was just a place where people came and gathered and ate, and then they went away. There was no actually giving thanks in that. It was empty. So I knew that for me, I would have to create something different. And as I, came to a place where I was ready to have a family and develop my own tradition, I wanted something that was more reminiscent of giving thanks around the table and acknowledging. Um, and I'm very fortunate and blessed that my husband and I share that as part of our values. Now, I am not as inspired to do the cooking, the big cooking. First of all, I don't know how to cook a turkey. I've never cooked one, and I probably won't ever do it. Now, as a Jamaican, I know how to cook. I was taught to cook, but I didn't grow up feeling very confident in my skills as a cook because my mom was an extraordinary cook. And so I was a taste tester for her stuff. I am fortunate, like I said, I'm married to somebody who enjoys cooking and hosting a lot of people, where that stresses me out. He's right up there. I don't mind cooking for my family, but if I have to cook for a whole bunch of people, I get stressed. Um, but coming back to the turkey, he'll do that. That's easy for him, and he loves that. And we were just talking about what Thanksgiving means to us, and the most meaningful Thanksgivings we were just acknowledging was the ones that we spent with his uncle, who is now deceased. He passed away several years ago, but it was meaningful because we would go around the table and acknowledge what are the blessings that we've had over the year that we can give thanks for. Yes, there was food, but it wasn't as excessive. And it was about acknowledging, and everybody would go around and acknowledge what the blessings were that they are giving thanks for this year. And that is special, and we are grateful that we had the opportunity to do that. Now, we happen to be in a nation where Thanksgiving isn't celebrated as a national holiday, but it's something that when we do get together with some of our friends, we are able to acknowledge and do together as an activity. And I just want to just to say to you today, I know that Thanksgiving can be a funny thing because, well, this whole holiday season, starting from Thanksgiving right through to Christmas and the New Year, it's a funny time. It's a time where many of us we might be missing a loved one. Something might have changed in our lives. We might be grieving. There might be loss. There could be so many things. Sometimes you're with people that you're not really comfortable with. You agree to go, but your heart isn't in it. Or maybe your values are different than some of the people that you are joining together with to celebrate this time. Whatever is going on with you, or whatever your situation is, know that you are not alone because this time can be such an isolating time. So I want you to know that you are seen and you are being supported and prayed for in a time like this. And I want to in the same breath, just take the time to acknowledge on this Thanksgiving Day how grateful I am that you are here, that you are part of this community, that you have taken your time. You've given us your time by watching what we have to share. And so I just want you to know that I'm incredibly grateful and I look forward to sharing more. We have some interviews lined up to come through our reinvention stories. We're going to continue with Manifest Money Mondays. And we have, just our regular content that we're going to continue to put out. But just know that you are acknowledged, you are supported, and you are being held up today as you celebrate, however you celebrate, whether you're celebrating or not. I see you, I am with you, and I trust you're going to have a great day. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.